Hey guys, welcome back to Dead by Daylight. Today we have a new original chapter. It is called The Chorus of Sin, and with this chapter is a new killer and a new survivor. Also, it's very important that I mention that this is the community voted upon chapter, so what we got here is what everybody collectively voted for. So there should be no complaints at all. So yeah, we have a new killer and a new survivor. The killer is called The Judgment, and the survivor is named Aurora. Before we jump into our first match, I want to very quickly cover a couple of, I believe, very important updates that have been added to the game. I didn't cover any of these in the PTB because I had no idea what was going to be live, and if I'm going to be covering updates, I want to cover them after they're actually live instead of theory that they might be. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I want to mention is that there is an update to how the MMR system is calculated. Before, it was based off of how many kills you got in a match as killer, and for survivors, whether you escaped or not. So the update is not only going to be just calculating the kills and the amount of escapes, they are also adding in basically how emblems are calculated. So your actions within the match is going to count towards your MMR now, is ultimately what I'm saying. This is something that probably should have already been a thing, but I'm glad that they are adding this now because these are all things that should be counting against you or counting for you. Another thing that has been added, I'm going to go into the killer lobby and we get to have a look at our beautiful new killer, The Judgment. So there is another additional thing that has been added, and this is something that should have also just been here forever ago. It is called the Gameplay Showcase. So when you click in here, you get a demonstration of how the killer's power works. So on the right, there's obviously a video where you get to have a little showcase of how the power works in action. Over here on the left, you get a basically written out description of your actions in the match. And also for the survivor side, you can see how you can counter the killer. I think this is basically structured the same. It's basically describing every aspect of the power. This is actually very detailed. I kind of wish that I dug deeper into this in the PTB because this is the first time I'm actually looking at this. Like, they took this idea and really went in depth with it. I'm actually happy that Behavior made this change. That is awesome. Now I want to talk about a few minor UI changes. The big elephant in the room here is the play button. So it's bigger, it's more obvious. I don't know why this choice was made, but it's a thing. There's also a change to the time estimation. So it's no longer telling you the rough estimation of time until you're in the match. It's just basically counting up, and right here I'm showing an example of it just counting up. Why? I don't understand why this change was made. When I'm sitting in the queue, I would rather know the rough estimation of how much time is left than how much time I've actually been sitting here. In this example, I was sitting there for basically 10 minutes. I don't know why this change was made, but it's there, and this is actually the way it was in the PTB. I don't understand the thought process behind it. I don't get it, but for your knowledge, this is how it works now. Another thing that I feel is important to mention is when you're playing as Survivor, you can now see basically the status of the individual hook states. So the entire red bar of basically how close to death your teammate is, it's now split in half, and now you can see how close to the next hook state your teammate is. I think it's a nice change, and obviously I thought it was important enough to mention. I think it's something that will help with calculating your actions. Like if you're on a generator, your teammate's hooked fairly nearby, but your gen is almost done. You can see how close to the second hook state your teammate is, so you can better determine what your next move is going to be. I absolutely love that change. It's very useful. I'm glad that it's there. As always, if you want more in-depth information on this stuff and also changes to perks, killers, whatever, just read the patch notes. I'm not going to sit here and read the entire novel of patch notes. You can do that in your own time. We have some Judgment to play today. Now, another thing that I absolutely have to bring your attention to is the question of, is the Blighted Springtrap skin back? Well, guys, I got some good news. Our boy, Blighted Springtrap, is back. If you didn't know, he had to be removed for a period of time because I believe the last chapter, his head didn't exist. It was gone. It was basically unlisted. I don't know why it had to take them a ton of actual weeks to fix this, but he's back. No more complaining. I'm a happy Alex. I can't wait to be playing as Blighted Springtrap again. One more thing before we jump into our first match. We're going to go back to the Judgment. There's a couple of things that I want to mention. So under bio, the Judgment's lore is now here. Now, this wasn't available in the PTB. This whole thing was blank, and I think Aurora's was the exact same. The lore is here now. I'm not going to sit here and read through it. If you want to in-game, then by all means. But it's important that I mention that the lore is now here. And yeah, I think that's about it. Why don't we jump into our first match? So jumping into this first match, I want to very quickly mention that the amount of time that you're sitting in queue for killer is about the same. So it's annoying to not actually be able to know how long you're going to be sitting there, but at least from what I can tell from waiting for this match, it is basically the same amount of time. So that's great to know. I'm very happy about this. Also, another thing, when we get into this, when I use the power, anytime you see Killer Instinct, it needs to be known that I'm actually using the add-on. They did not end up making that base kit, so if you have any prior knowledge to the Killer Instinct add-on there, when you just barely miss the beam, it's still the add-on. It's not base kit. Fallen Refuge. This is mean for the survivors. Holy crap. All right, let's jump into our first match. So I did bring Lethal Pursuer just because I needed some sort of handicap getting into this. I hit one person and barely missed the other one. Okay. So we actually hit Nia. It looks like Nia is over here. So when I hit her, I can throw her into exile. Make it happen. We got this person just sitting here for some reason. Okay. So Aurora was just sitting there. Banish you! Banish you! Naughty survivor. Naughty! Okay, let's go. Alright. Enough being a little goofy. Let's actually try to lock in. I will say that the killer feels not as clunky to use now in the live build. There is that, plus I also finally kind of understand how the power works too. So I have mild confidence that this might go okay. I'm not gonna say it's gonna go great, but it'll be okay. Okay, so we hit Aurora. Nice, this will be another survivor being banished to the Shadow Realm. Let's do it. Okay, so I missed Merciless Storm there. Yes, yes, accept your fate. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that was incredibly my bad. I'm gonna be honest. Just barely missed him. Just barely missed him. Just go for the regular M1 there, see what we can do. Just barely missed him again. That's not gonna work. I don't think it's really effective to be using that in close range even still. Gonna be honest. Vaulted, he's right there. Vaulted right back into me. Okay. Let's go hit this gen and get his ass on a hook. All right. Nice. The power. I feel the power of the Judgment. I am over here judging people at my highest capacity. Okay. Nice. Yes. Nice. I should have healed you. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It's not what happened. All right. Banish her into exile once again. Okay, we barely missed somehow. Crouching. Is there a... Okay, that's Eddie, actually. Is there a counter to Judgment's beam by crouching? I actually have no idea. I don't know. I don't even know why I tried that. I'm full on aware of the fact that I have to be far enough away. Nice. Alright, so we already have a dead body. We're actually making some good stuff happen here. This is a stark contrast with the PTB and how that went. I was doing horribly in the PTB. But this is better. I've had no, like, additional practice, I'm gonna be honest. This is my first time since the PTB. Yeah, I was gonna say, that would have been really funny if he just sat there and did nothing about the impending doom. What are we doing, Leon? What are we doing? He didn't vault it that time. He's probably gonna vault it this time. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what we can make happen here. Right there. No. That would have been nasty, though, if that was the case. There's this... Actually, I saw it in a Quiet Kills video. There's this add-on. Dead Hard. Nice. Okay, so Leon over here having Dead Hard. There's a add-on I saw in a Quiet Kills video where you can bounce this beam off of walls. Now, that is nasty. And I would love to use it at some point, though I don't know exactly which one that was, so I'm going to have to check that out. I have no idea the full effect of being able to use the bouncing beam. I would imagine it'd be something similar to trying to use the bouncing knife add-on with Trickster, right? Like, it would be something similar. All right, another hook state on Leon. We are still at 4 gens. Just on a whim, throwing that out there. I'm going to get over here and tap this gen. We had a crow leave right there. And I know that wasn't me. Somebody is here. I think. Yep, thought so. Alright, we are on Nia now. Can I get her with the beam? No. That certainly didn't work. Vaults this. No, no, she don't vault that. She's sitting there for some reason. Oh, she almost walked right into it. Oh, I almost actually went for that. That would have been foolish. Nice. All right, that is 2 people on Death Hook. Man, good map for practicing this killer, gonna be honest. I mean, this is a good map for practicing any killer. It's the most killer side of map in the entire game. Nobody here. Okay. See if we got anybody going on over here. Nobody there. They healing at hook, potentially. Something I can take advantage of? Yes, there is. Missed. Just barely again. Right, you can't hold that long enough. Too long, I mean. Nice. All right, our first dead body. Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful work. We got a hook right here and actually a gen that doesn't have any extra progress since the last time I've been over here. That is unfortunate. Okay, let's see. Nobody there. At least I don't think there is. Fortunately for me, we have like a straight line here of gens. Let me see if I can get some more hits on him. Let's practice this beam maybe in closer range. That didn't work. It's gonna take some time to try to practice this a little more. Ooh, I feel like that should have hit him. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it should have. Let's see. I don't know what I was thinking with that one. So, it's still a challenge to use when you're really thinking about it. But it's not, like, impossible. I just barely missed him again. Goodness. Okay, let's try this again. No. I won't be able to do it in this close of range. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, it just ain't gonna happen. At least not yet. I could hit farther. But that's only probably because it's less predictable, you know. Nice. There we go. I got lucky with that one. Send him into exile. All right, so we know this person's here. Oh, Leon. come on. That sucks. Basically giving them a chance here to try to get one of these doors open. Barely missed them. I'm gonna go for an M1 instead. I like combining just a regular hits and this. Got him. Now we also have Eddie over here. Maybe I could get Eddie too. Ooh, barely missed him. Okay, I should be able to kill Leon. Let's do it. Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. It would be really funny if I just accidentally hit Eddie with this thing. I actually see him right here. Ooh, barely missed him. Let me see about hitting him. He should be my third kill. It's too close. That probably should have, but it's way too close. Okay. So yeah, you can't be using the power in this close of range, I don't think. Okay. So we end up walking out with the 3K, but we're not going to be too cocky about it. Because we are certainly not peak judgment, I'll tell you. Once again, very cool Mori. I absolutely love it. Man, lots of good stuff here. Throw in a GG's, and let's move on to our next match. All right, we're getting Bad Ham as our next match. Fantastic. Absolutely love this. Wonder if we get some fast action on these gamers. Just kept on running, completely avoided it. Let's get on Fegman first, see what we can do. No, 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 no. Going for a basic M1 there, man. Let's just do it. That was so offset. Okay, that was bad. That was pretty bad. I shouldn't have done that. That was so bad. All right, let's get on one of these other jets instead. Oh, there was somebody actually there. Damn, who are you? Jake Park, okay. I catch him at the... Nice. Beautiful hits, beautiful hits. Okay, so I have not opened up this door yet. I wonder if he's just gonna wait at the next pallet at this point. No, he went inside. Got him. Nice, that was very close. I almost didn't have him. Let's throw him into the other realm. Beautiful. I think right here. I think right there they missed a skill check, right? Am I not mistaken? Pretty sure they did. Right there. Nice. Nice. Spot on. Spot on. He's running all the way through. He's right there. Can I get him again? No. I cannot. Let me try not to be greedy with this power. Like, seriously. Not too greedy. Not too greedy. Shit. There's a vault there. We can play him down here. She's also down here. I actually had no idea she was down here. Okay. Well, no idea where Jake Park went, but we ended up getting Feng Min instead. Good thing that I opened up this door. That would have not been too great otherwise. As far as that gen downstairs, I think I'm going to leave it for now. Nobody there. Okay, missed skill check down there. Let me open this up. Pretty sure they're still down there, actually. Nope, nope. I'm staring right at both of them. I think Jake Park. Yeah, Jake Park's right there. Figured. Oh, damn. He didn't really try mind gaming me too much. Ooh! Ooh! We hit Feng Min! How the hell did that happen? Where is she? We hit her on the outside of the map. What? No way. That is crazy. That has got to be one of my luckiest hits ever. Holy shit. He's still right there. Yeah, I see him trying to fiddle around with me. We actually had 2 people here. Okay. Probably should have just let it go anyway. That slowed me down a lot. Okay, so this is open. What? Oh my god, he is a runner. He is a runner. There we go. Finally. Holy crap. This Jake Park taking me on a cross-country trip. Holy crap. Alright, let's throw it here. And I need to be hitting gens. I actually brought one of the Judgment's perks this time. And I kind of need to be hitting gens to get value out of it all. So let me do that. Yeah, because I get like 2% regression speed on generators with this perk. So I might as well use it. There ain't nobody here. Look at this. We got somebody coming in. Got him. Nice. I'm not even going to go after this other Jake Park. It ain't worth it. Alright, throw you here. Nice! Oh my god, I'm over here getting some very lucky hits. Holy crap. Now this dude should be dead. Nice. You ain't getting that. Stop it, V. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, V. Don't do it. We also got Feng Min over here, actually. Damn. I don't know what she's trying to do. Oh, I flicked it a little bit to the left. A little bit too much to the left. Didn't get that one either. She's lithe. She's smacking into everything, so it's like useless life. Oh, just barely missed that. Damn. Ha! I barely missed her that time. Goodness. Alright, let's just grab all this stuff here. Make something happen. Need to be careful for V. She's right there. She's right there thinking I didn't see her for some reason. Nice. We end up hitting her anyway. Goodness. Gonna have to go find her in a minute. Alright, where do we think she went? Where do we think she went? Somewhere over on this side. We know this. It's right here. Nice. Damn it! It ran out. I won't be able to send her into the other realm now. Goodness, that sucks. I actually had no idea that ran out. You're a little too late there, Jake Park. A little too late. There is no accidentally hitting this guy. Can I hit people on the hook like that? No, it stops at the hook. Now that's interesting. Okay. I had no idea. I'm basically spamming my power at this point, see if I can accidentally hit him, because I've had crazy luck. My crazy luck continues. Damn. Gotta love it. Nobody said, though, that he wasn't going to wait at the doors. So I am going to try my best to use my power on these doors, because I will be able to catch him. Yeah, he's over here. I should be able to use my power to get him. Barely missed him. I want to get a good Mori and a satisfying hit on him. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get a satisfying hit before I kill him. Awesome. Still very cool, Maurice. With that skin, it makes it even cooler. Okay, well, that is GG's, and that is also going to be my coverage at this point on the Judgment. I may or may not have a couple of videos coming up playing as this killer, because this might be a huge shocker. I actually don't mind this killer now. I absolutely despised this one during the PTB. Absolutely hated it. The power was very difficult to learn. But you know what? With these two add-ons already, just these two in general, I mean, they're not the greatest add-ons, which makes me wonder how powerful the rest of these are. These two make the power more digestible, so I like that. The ones that I used were the Heretic's Mark. This is the one that gives you the killer instinct, and I also use, what is that, Cohenrad's Gauntlet. These are the add-ons that I used, and yeah, this wasn't as bad of a time that I had in the PTB. I actually had fun with these two matches. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you are new here and like what you saw, then please consider subscribing. And yeah, as always, I'll see you in the next one.